Alrighty team, welcome. Stock horror, wouldn't you know it, gold. All-time highs yet again, unbelievable, just keeps on keeping on. Anyway guys, hope you're all doing well. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening no matter where you are around the world. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another London session. Streaming live today on both YouTube and TikTok. The time being anyway on TikTok. So make sure to hit the like button guys on YouTube and TikTok. You guys hit that screen, it'd be much appreciated. And we'll have a look at proceedings today. So obviously gold, as we can see, is just broken out into all-time high territory yet again, which is broken out previous weekly candles high. So we'll analyze both gold and a GJ moving forward, and we'll see what we can come up with moving into the session. Without further ado guys, let's have a look at the news to begin. Today's the 10th, so for our particular session here today, there is no scheduled high impact news. As we know, with Trump at the helm, anything could break at any point in time, so nothing major today, so pretty clean slate news wise. So we'll go ahead and start with the analysis and begin with, as per usual, gold. So as we can see guys, broken out into all-time high territory yet again. Guys, make sure if you have any questions or any charts you would like me to look at, I will get to those shortly. Feel free to send those into the chat. And guys, let's have a look at GJ to begin, gold, sorry. And what we can see is that previous weekly was a strong bullish candle. Current weekly has already created a new all-time high. So we've got a high, low, higher, high already on the current weekly candle. Just to me, there's still nothing yet to indicate any potential pullback. We are still trending very, very strong to the upside. See what we've got in the other time frames. Daily, so we can see we're just broken a high of that liquidity candle. So we've got that high, low, higher, high. If we were to continue bearish, there would be no need to necessarily break the high of that previous candle. So now, in my opinion, it's more probable that this current daily will close bullish. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to close where it is just now, close up higher, could even pull back still, but probability wise would suggest it would likely close bullish with that high, low, high, high to that previous candle in a very strong uptrend. Also onto the 4 hour time frame, everything's bullish guys, very bullish in the 4 hour as well. We have recently formed support and broken the all-time high resistance. Just going to mark in support to begin with. Also going to mark in the resistance, and we'll adjust that on the minor time frames. And what we want to see is if price has retested it, we do remain above it, there could be some potential buys to continue on moving forward on the next potential hourly candle. Franco, thanks for that, to just fix that problem. Onto the 30 again. Once again, we're bullish. We respected the last significant high low on the pullback to the support here. Again, very, very bullish here on every single time frame. We're just going to adjust this zone up. Now what we want to see is, so for me, I'm all about the buys today. As per the usual on a Monday or Friday, arrive at trend line, the bias, the structure, strength of the weekly candle, in this case off the back of the strength of the previous weekly candle into the current weekly candle, so we already have that high, low, higher, high. Once again, in my opinion, it's more probable that we will continue to the upside. So what I want to see just now for potential buys, so options could be, first option could be potentially the buy upon continuation. Now what I like just now is we've closed on the 5-minute time frame above the resistance, and we are now retesting that resistance. So if we were to close in the next 5 minutes, see we've got about 6 minutes left of the current 30-minute candle. If we were to close in the next 5 minutes, the next candle, like not bearish, sorry, bear with me guys, we were to close like so, then we've within the catalyst candle closing above, we would have retested that resistance, ended up closing back above. Therefore on the new candle, all I need is a bit of a low wick, and I can look for a potential continuation, buy entry, buy stop potentially. So I like what I'm seeing just now on gold. Further options, if it does close high enough and significantly enough above the resistance on the M30, then I could look for a potential limit order back at the high of the resistance. So that's another potential option. Otherwise, guys, what I'm going to be likely looking for on gold today is just pullback buys. I'm not interested in selling it without a catalyst. At this rate, a catalyst won't present until, if we confirm the higher high just now, then potentially the catalyst will come in a structure flip at this point just here. Let me mark it in. Around that 28.71.30. If we were to close below that, then at least we've got a 30-minute structure on our side. So you could use off the back of that, look for some sells. Otherwise, I'd just be patiently waiting for support to form upon any pullback. It'd be back below the resistance and form support, create that equal high slash higher high. You could almost argue 28.78.86. Be looking for buys above that point there, and also be looking for buys really back above any of these levels of support. To be honest, guys, I'm very bullish on gold. I'm not in a hurry to sell it at all. I'm not trying to pick the top. I'd rather just be patient and trade it in line with the actual trend bias and structure at the moment. So that is my opinion of gold. I'm really liking what I'm seeing just now. For the limit order, let's just measure it. So I want it to be a significant closure above. That just doesn't quite cut it. That's 10 pips right there. That's usually 8 to 10 is usually what I like to see. But the volume of the current candles, I don't think that's enough. I honestly don't think it's going to be enough to warrant a limit order. So I'm likely going to avoid a limit order, wait for a lower wick, and then look for potential entry. If we do close, let's just say, I would say between halfway between the zone high and the highest point of the current candle. Let's just measure that using a fib. Then I would say that would justify a limit order. So that would be enough of a strong enough confirmation for me to suggest that we could look for a potential limit order back at the high of the resistance here. So for the limit order entry, that's what I'm going to be focused on. Price to close above 28.89.50. That is the riskier option, but we have already retested and we would have pulled away and closed above. So I feel it's still technically valid, but we'll wait and see. So I'm looking at gold buys, guys. We'll focus on gold. I won't bother flicking to GJ just yet because we could have some opportunities on gold shortly. But let's just quickly look at GJ. Yeah, I would prefer to sell it. It's nowhere near an entry at the moment. So we'll focus on gold. I'll get back to GJ once this candle's closed, and we'll see if we've got involved in anything. In the meantime, guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to all 45 of you on TikTok and all new followers. Appreciate it. YouTube, Lau, as always, Beats, Tony Gold, Carl, Franco. Got no internet using mobile tech. Wow, Carl, well, that's commitment. Appreciate you for joining. James, morning to you. Jay, good morning. So gold looking pretty good, guys. Danny, yes, this is gold. Rob, 2900 breakout. I think 2900 is bound to be hit at some point shortly. Is Omar, if gold go for meme coins, that's fair enough if that's your preference. Yeah, TikTok, I'm not sure how long I'll hang around for because I've just got unbanned from being banned from my appeal was successful. But yeah, I should know where to find me otherwise. YouTube, guys, a lot easier on YouTube, isn't it? DOS still buy? Yeah, I'm still looking for a buy. Got the closure, got the retest. We're closing strong bullish. So the options are the limit order. Stop loss will probably be back below the resistance, or feel below the current candle will be a little bit too low, or the continuation buy. So what I'm doing right now, my MetaTrader, the high is 2892.34. Gonna look for not sending nothing, but using my EA, sorry. Gonna get an order ready just in case. Just a couple pips above the high. Stop loss, I'm just gonna roll with a wider stop. smaller lot size. All right, so doesn't look like we're going to close sufficiently high enough for the limit order. Still feel it's not a bad option. So option one for me is potential buy stop back above the high. Option two, the limit order back of the high, the resistance. So that's one option. You're gonna get a tighter stop loss. Yeah, and I assume markets looking at, just trying to line this up, it's 2886.8. So that's the first potential option. So I'm obviously not in just yet. Zach, thinking 3,000 gold. I think 3,000 will be hit at some point. Carl held gold buys over the weekend, hit TP before I got connected, so not in a rush. Oh, nice one. Good work. Sketcher this morning to you, mate. Bartman, yep, give a like, guys. That'd be much appreciated. Ulysses? It come down, bro? Potentially. Could do anything. No one has a crystal ball to know, so again, we'll see. Booty sweep, MSS enter in FVG sell. Oh, okay, fair enough if that's what you're looking at. T supposed to hit 3,000 pounds by April. It's targeted so in the coming months. Yeah, I think it's a good chance to do so as well, to be honest. Azobel, that's fair enough. That's your opinion. Then why are you here watching? You're wasting your time. That's your opinion, so you can bugger off and go elsewhere, my friend. Members, here's the link, by the way. Oh god, got so close to. Now the other option is as it flips. You could potentially look for the buys that flips. We've already retested that zone. That is the most impulsive of the entries. But we've already retested this zone, so it's not necessary for us to do so yet again. But we know that the majority of these counts have wicks in our direction, so if we can get triggered in on the pullback, there is a good chance that eventually it's going to pop back up to create that upper wick. By that point, we're going to have plenty of profit on the table. Phil, hope you're well, brother. It's been a while. How you doing? All good, mate. All good, and you? Ren, what's your TP? I'm set in at 2900. See, I'm a scalper, so I look for small movements. I'm happy to start securing at 10 plus. Again, I know what works for me. I manage my trades in drawdown as well. Danny, strategy. It's my strategy. A.C.T, analyze, confirm trade. So analyze the charts, wait for the right confirmation, and take my trade. Based off simple price action at predetermined levels on the chart. As overall, I have no agreement with any broker, nor do I encourage anyone to sign up to anything. I've just been triggered in. So let's see. Reading at 7.3. Cathwell, I'm just in one, yeah. So currently at 4 pips. Sorry, the music. I'm gonna get copyright if I don't fix this. I'm stuck at about 5 pip profit. Here we go, 7. Alright, moving quite nicely. I want it to get to around 8-9 pips, and yeah, alright, so I'm at break even. Got 9 pips on the table. Here's the 10. And I've not secured anything just yet. I'm going to secure half just to get something under the belt to begin the week at 11, and now the rest is left to run. Gonna let it run, let it do its thing. Nice easy win without any drawdown. That's how we roll. What do you, if you think that's, you know, a scam, up to you. Rob, TP 2890, TP2 2894, TP3. I think they're good numbers, to be honest. 2890, you've focused on the round number, psychological numbers. I would say 2892.5 is probably another good bet after that, and then 2895, so on and so forth. Code is trade number 1, and for me, I focus on quality, not quantity. So again, some days I might get 1 trade, some days mightn't get a trade, some days I might get 2 or 3 trades. It's all about quality. It's all about following my rules. I know win 80% of the time. Very simple. Once again, I have predetermined levels where I want to get involved. I have a vaster array of entry types that I can use. One of them is likely going to be ticked off, and if it does, then I take the trade. So I'm currently 13 pips profit on gold, 15 pips. There we go. Rob, you can't type just, that's all good, mate. Alex, currently in a buy, 16 pips profit. So looking good, mate, looking good. Carl, nice trade, thank you. Good start to the week.
Nicely done, champ.
Thank you, brother. How are you?
Yeah, well, you.
All good, all good. I've just closed another half, by the way, at 16 now. I'm just gonna let it go. I've closed 75% of the trade. Did you take that yourself as well, mate?
No, I'm not trading gold. Just
okay, still. Yep. We'll move on to GJ shortly. Actually, we'll have a look at GJ now. see what we can come up with. I had a look at it prior to the stream, sent in a chart to my group, and me, it's very bearish at the moment. So starting at the weekly time frame, what your lot size, Rob? Nothing massive at the moment, but to be honest, I don't need to disclose. The most I've traded is 8 lots, so nothing huge, but I'm not trading that right at the moment, to be honest. All right, so GJ, and starting the weekly time frame, and we are based off the previous weekly candle, very strong bearish. Looking at it, we could potentially pull back to a level that we could have rejected. We popped above it. We could also mark in the 50% and just see what we got at that level to see if it lines up for any previous levels of support slash resistance where we could potentially reject. What we can see, it kind of lines up with that to the left. And that was a previous support on the weekly time frame. But based off the count itself, it's a very strong bearish candle, so I'd rather look for the sellers moving into Monday unless I have a catalyst. Potentially that might be in a 30-minute time frame. If the structure is bullish, that could sway my opinion of GJ moving forward. Daily candles bearish, structure bearish. Interesting though, the current candle is respected a lot of that previous candle. We're pulling back quite significantly into the wick of that previous candle, so that previous candle will normally suggest to me it's a liquidity grab. So seeing it's got a long upper wick, rejecting some previous levels of support here to the left, only to close close to its low, that would normally suggest what often is to follow is a bit of a small upper wick and then quick rejection if we were to continue bearish. What I was seeing it is the weekly open, there is more probability of it pulling back further before it rejects, but there's still nothing yet to suggest to me to look for any potential buys. So I'm just going to mark in the low of that previous weekly candle and move on to the 4-hour time frame. That also is very bearish, so structurally it's bearish, and for me it's not yet created a lower low. It's not closed below this actual wick, lowest point of the leg to the downside, the impulsive leg to the downside. So to be really technical about it, the last 2 or more consecutive candle pullback in the opposite direction is this level just here. So as long as we really remain below it, to me, I consider the structure to be bearish on the 4-hour time frame, unless we confirm a lower low to close below, and then the structure point will flip to the most recent swing point, which at the moment is just here around that 188.70 roughly. So definitely bearish on GJ in the 4-hour. So therefore the bias is going to be definitely to the downside. Doesn't mean I can't buy it. What have we got in the 30-minute? We'll have a look shortly. Just going to mark in the most recent resistance, and this is what, when guys ask me what my strategy is, this is how I determine where I want to get involved. Then I need to patiently wait for the right catalyst at those levels. So I'm now marking in some levels on the 4-hour. 4-hour, a more significant level, so I'm marking them in gray just so I can distinguish between the two different, the minor levels and the major levels. We can see it's relatively clean below the low, that previous weekly candle. Now let's look at the 30-minute time frame and see if we can adjust these zones as well. So on the M30, that is also bearish, and that will remain bearish until above this resistance, the 4-hour resistance. So therefore, moving into Monday, I would rather sell GJ today. To be honest, I'm not keen on buying it. That low will remain in, seeing as the lowest point of any bearish candle of 15. I'll just adjust this zone ever so slightly. So now what I do is I mark in further levels within the current 4-hour range. So that's the resistance, the support. We've obviously created some, I'm not concerned by resistance because I'm not looking to buy it at the moment. I'm looking for rejection to sell it. So where have we recently formed support? We've got this level just here, but there's not much point marking in because then we run straight into another level, a few pips below it, and once again a few pips below that. So I'm going to mark in this 188.05 as the level. Let's check on the 15-minute. Yep, it's the same level. Not worried about that bearish wick. So that's the level where within the current range at the current time, if price was to reject, that is my potential point of entry. So what I mean by that, if price was to come back down, create that lower high just now, retest the support at 188.10, only to start to close below it, I'd look for my catalyst within price action to take a sell back down towards the current daily and previous weekly candles low. So that is one option to sell it. Further option for me will be wait for price to pull back, pop up towards that H4 resistance around at 189.20, and look for rejection of that level as well for my potential options to sell from higher up. Now, the only time I would consider buying it is, once again, seeing I've got a really strong bearish weekly candle. Don't have any other confluences to buy it, so what I need is a catalyst, and that at this rate is a structure flip above this point here on the M30. To close above 189.580, then I would consider my options to buy it. Again, more focused on selling it. Now, a further option would be a limit order halfway into this 4-hour zone. But yeah, gold is absolutely flying, guys. I got 27 pips on the table just now. So yeah, well done for anyone who got that gold entry and followed along. Nice quick win. I was looking at GJ but there was no bottom wick in the M30, so I didn't enter. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm more focused on the sells on GJ today. And gold, absolutely flying. Rob gold to moon, loving it. So it's all, yeah, it's going to tap in your first TP. Well done. Absolutely flying. Can we look at GU? Most certainly I can look at GU. Shahid. Give me 1 minute entry and TP will sit on the 1 hour. Nice one. Mayaku 80 buying GJ. All right. All right, so GU, let's look at GU, or our friend. All right, so been a little bit of a pullback on the majors. They've had a little bit of a tick to the upside. It's what has been a very bearish start to the year. Let's look at a weekly. Well, no, GU, sorry, the previous weekly would suggest not quite. It's closed back at pretty much a doji candle, right? It's open as a lower low, lower high, higher high to the previous candle. Very difficult to know what to make of that, to be honest. Gonna need to see a lot more on the other time frames to determine anything based on that. Looking at the daily, structure wise, it does remain bearish, and it has put up to the last significant lower high only to reject it. Again, we've got this wick though to contend with at the moment, and it is forming bullish the current daily candle. Yeah, it's a tricky level by the looks of it, but we're marking the high and low of the current day's candle. Let's see what we've got either side of it. So we know we're bearish. 4 hours technically. Oh, tricky. Let's look at this properly. Have we closed above this swing point? Well, that was the original swing point. So we're closed above, yeah, we're closed above here. Flip the structure bearish, so it's bearish on the 4 hour. And we're currently bounced, well, we have bounced off for support. We're going to mark in the most recent resistance as well. Around that one, just below 125 flat. And we'll move on to the 30. So we're bearish on the daily, bearish on the 4 hour. Weekly, we could say it's weak bullish. 30 minute is again still bearish based off this big impulse to the downside. We've not closed above this swing point around that 124, 920 sort of region. Just gonna adjust that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so for me on GU today, I'll be looking for sells. Again, similar to GJ, it's just a matter of where from. So GU is still within a range, a minor range, and I'd be marking that level just there around at 124.20. If price was to pull up and reject, then I'd be looking for my sells anywhere below it. We're currently potentially rejecting just now. Have we got an entry point though? For me, that entry point, if we were to reject where we are just now, won't really present until 123.970. Below that point there, we can see we've got clean traffic to the left. potentially take it back down towards the current daily candles low. Until we've broken and closed below that point there, what we could do is just hop back down, reject. I mean, kind of got a catalyst potentially presenting just now on GU. What I'm seeing is, first of all, 30-minute might be closing bearish. That's the first tick. Confirmation of resistance. You can argue we've tapped into the resistance if we're dragging this down a little bit and rejected. Not only that, within it, I've got a signal bearish engulfing M15. So we've got 30-minute potentially closing bearish, and within it, a bearish engulfing M15. That is potentially a signal to take an entry. I don't trade GU. That's the earliest possible entry. The safer entry will be waiting for a little bit of structure within the actual structure itself, and that makes sense within the range to flip back bearish, and that is still below 123,970. Because at the moment the current daily is forming bullish, so the better option would be to wait for that micro trend to flip back bearish, because at that point the daily is definitely flipped back bearish as well. So at least you're trading in line with the direction of the daily candle at that point. But I do see some potential options. Just be wary of the level it's at just now. So best would be for it to close below at 124.072. Upper wick on the new candle, and then a potential entry. That's my opinion of GU. Where I'd consider buying it, wouldn't for the time being, personally. Matthew, appreciate it, thank you. Yeah, it's still 30, 31, 32 pips up, so Mo, time frame varies. So on gold I tend to focus more on the 30, 15 and 5. Again, I look to the high time frames for some direction. They often the high time frame, well, not often, always the high time frame has less data, so not as congested. Often will show you more direction, clear direction, and then I use the mine time frames to determine exactly what I want to see at those levels to get involved. Hamza, EJ. Let me look at EJ. So you should be some 30 odd pips up on gold right now if you look that initial entry. All right. Not sure why we got these big gaps. Let me try a different broker. Forex.com. That's better. Alright, so starting the weekly, similar to GU, but it's right at support. Wow, gold is pumping. My TP is actually set in the high of that previous candle. That's what, some 50 odd pips in profit. So we're EJ, so off the back of the strength of the previous weekly, it's strong bearish, but the issue for me is it's tapped into a target. So this is a potential point where it could bounce. So there's not much point for me to mark in a 50% of that previous weekly candle. Because if there was, I'd want to have some range to downside either way. So I'm just going to now move on to the daily, but we are strong bearish, but at really, really strong support to the left-hand side here. Very strong key level. Around that 156 flat, 155.50. Daily structure is definitely bearish. Once again, look at that level we're at. It's going to be difficult selling it unless you're selling it on the pullback, because there's just, you're selling it right into high time frame support if you sell below the low. 4 hour, so it's bearish again. It's likely bearish across the board, but it's going to be difficult to sell it even though it is bearish across the board, to be honest. Just going to mark in the most recent resistance. Support is at the low. So likely what we're going to be doing is where we potentially could get involved in buys and where we could look for rejection for the sell. So gold is absolutely flying, guys. What a way to start the week. Smash the like button, guys. And TikTok, smash the screen. All right, so now to the 30. So let's quickly go to 15. Let's just adjust this. All right, done. All right, so EJ's got a clear level for a sell as well, in my opinion. The 30 minutes also bearish, and that won't flip until back above. Same as GJ, exact same. So I'm going to flip till back above 4 hour resistance. So for today, I'd rather sell it, and it just happens that it is pulling back, so I'd rather sell it upon the pullback. The most clean level for me to get involved currently, if I was trading EJ, is below 156,480. At that point, I mean, it's a level of support for within the current day's candle. Price was to continue bullish, there will not be much of a need for it to actually pop a lot, and if it did, retest it and become to pull away from that zone, that would be enough for me to look for a potential sell option. So first potential entry point on EJ, preference is the 30-minute time frame. It's a higher, more probable time frame. I'm not even going to bother with that because I'm not interested in buying it. I personally would not be interested in buying it. I'd be looking to see where potentially we could reject. Previous level here to the left, we've got that 157,250. Popped up, grabbed liquidity from that point. That could be potentially the highest point of the new weekly if we were to continue bearish. And I'd be looking for rejection of that particular level as well. So again, that's just me. You or guys are all tied to your own opinion. That's what I'd be personally looking at. Not interested in buying it today. Daniel, nice one. Came over from TikTok. Found it. Well done, brother. Yes, I do, but I'm a little bit interrupted in my schedule at the moment due to personal reasons. So, fortunately, won't be on tomorrow or Wednesday. But generally speaking, yes, daily. What's your gold TP? 2860 is my entry. Wow, nice one. I'd just be targeting the round numbers. So for me, I mean, my target's the wick of that previous candle, because again, I'm a scalper. I don't need to smash a 100, 200 pip move. I can do well by 10 to 30, 40, 50 pips. Yeah, and again, I'd never let my trades go into significant loss as well, so that's just how I go about things. And welcome to do your own thing. I've got 52 pips on the table and I'm about to hit my TP, and this could fly and I could not care less. I'd be happy. To be honest, the next potential options on gold would be better if this just continues bullish, clean move, clean pullback, maybe retest this level, or maybe form support a little bit higher up, seeing we're already retested within the catalyst candle, and then look for buys. So I would not be fussed whatsoever. Thumbs are all good. How long you're in trades, Evan? Honestly, anywhere I've had TP hit within 10 seconds. It's usually anywhere between 2 and 30 minutes. I was thinking 28.97 or in Iceland 28.97. I mean, no one knows. There's no data to the left, so this thing could just continue. What's my criteria for break even? FX vector. Yep, FX vector. Usually when I get to a point where I'm about to take TP1, following my plan, I usually get to break even depending on the trade, how clean it is. So if it's moving with that from one range into a new range and we've got clean traffic, generally it's when I go when I hit TP1 around at 10 pips. Usually about 8 pips I'll just go to break even. And if it's within a range, sometimes it's 6 pips, to be honest, because the range dictates price. And okay, I don't want to fight against the range because it could reject at any point.
What do you think of G sales?
Yeah, I want to close. Let's see. Want to close below this 124.07. Sorry. That's where I want to close, because then you're back below that previous resistance at the same time. Nice strong catalyst as well. I mean, it's still technically going to be valid because it's still got a 15-minute engulfing within it, but I'm a little bit concerned if it does respect this current level that maybe it's just a bit of a pause yet again. Gold TP is smashed. There you go. 54 pips, guys. 55. There we go. The green light's on, and there we go. Done. The entry, if anyone bothered to take the entry above, you're flying in that too right now. Wow. Oof. Options today, guys. Smashing it. Completely smashing it. There you go. Wow, what a day. Anyone take the second entry, you would have hit TP within seconds. How we roll, guys. That's how we roll. Daniel, all good, mate. All good. So yeah, make sure to subscribe so you get the notifications. Wow. Crazy start to the week. FX Spectre, yep, and smash that daily high. Congrats. Just another day, mate. Just another day. Another trade. Always great to start off the week well. Especially, I mean, this was bread and butter. This is absolutely bread and butter. My guys will know why. Well, trending, the limit order is valid, continuation order is valid. There were many options just there to get involved. So hopefully some of you are following along. Anna, thank you. Really get to see when trades have good trade. Me too, mate. That's why I understand not everyone will agree with the way I trade or my entry. But you don't need to troll. I mean, why waste your time? I just think it's childish. It's just stupid. So I hope that everyone's doing well. I mean, if someone's selling what I'm buying, I hope they make their profit, and then we get, you know, the opposite and get involved with our buyers and make profit. It's a niche industry. I don't know many other traders, so we should all just, you know, chill and support one another. Tony Gold, nice one, well done. Josh, been in gold since 2877, nice one. Hamza, glad I listened to you, nice one. It's GU, I mean, a little bit impulsive, but you could be involved just now. A Bog, thank you for that sticker as well, by the way. Well, the likes, yeah. I think it's often forgotten on my stream to like, but it's all good.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hi. Fine, thank you.
That's
and you?
very good.
The weekend?
The weekend was good. Pretty quiet, to be honest. We had a pretty yeah, but bit busy yesterday evening. So yeah, I couldn't really unfortunately make the sim session, but otherwise all good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, awesome. So had the lazy weekends, to be honest. That's also good. Yeah, and now starting the week. It's a great start, man. It was a great call from your side.
Thank you, mate. Nice one. So you got involved?
Yeah.
Nice work.
I was there.
Nice work. Both entries worked. The second one is still always valid. It's difficult because I had no low wick, but still, it was still there. Are you popping back up? Yeah, my preference would have been for it to close below that minor level. Let's have a look at GJ. All right? Pulling back further. That's better. That's fine. The deeper the pullback, the cleaner pullback means more margin to sell it. So, in all honesty, I'd rather it pop straight up to this point, reject, and then look for a potential option. Sketchers, or were people late to the trade? Possibly. Josh, I do reckon we will get 2900 today, but I would love to see 2920. I think it's bound to happen. Me, gold is just going to continue. I see no reason for it to pull back. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, sorry. I think EU looks good for sales.
Does. It looks really good. Different to GU, so EU's close below support. That's the entry point.
This open gap. Because there was an open gap. And
Yep.
it closed it right now with this bearish peak. On my Twitter there wasn't.
Okay, yeah, just here.
And it's, yeah, correct. And it's closed it with this wick, upper wick, bearish upper wick. It's closed right now. So, and I'm quite confident that we will see further movement to the downside.
Yeah, I mean, it does look good. The slight concern is the fact that weekly dailies has no upper wick, but again, it doesn't necessarily need one, as long as any pullback is met by resistance. And so far, I mean, that previous candle, strong rejection. So I mean, if the current candle was to break its own low, the next probable destination is this 103 flat region. I mean, that's what I'd be targeting. That's what makes sense to me.
Yes, absolutely.
The hourly looks good, or even if you were to wait for the hourly closure for just a stronger confirmation. It just might mean you missed the move. That's it. That's the only concern. If I expect I'm on YouTube at the same time. So. Yeah, so look, a matter of time until I get down on TikTok. That's twice, and twice I feel was successful. Who knows? Thank you for all the follows, guys, by the way. Looking for GBPJPY's trading market. You came across some TikTok, didn't you? I'm pretty sure. Be wrong. Alright, fair enough. I see why. I can see it, I understand it, and it makes perfect sense. But I'm more fixated on the sales today, and that's not, I always say don't be fixated on a direction, be fluid within the market. But why I say that today is because I have a rule on Monday and Wednesday, Monday and Fridays. And that's the trend line with the strength of the weekly candle. So on Mondays, in line with the strength of the previous weekly candle, unless I've got a catalyst on the 30-minute time frame where that is actually the structure is against the weekly time frame, then I might consider the buys. Or on a Friday, again, usually in line with the strength. If it's a very strong weekly bearish candle, for instance, likely to 30 minutes bearish as well, likely I'm just going to be looking for sells on that last day, rather trade in line with the strength of the highest time frame candle. That's just some rules that I follow that work for me. Josh, I have no idea. Honestly, I've reached out to him, but I have no idea. Never get back to me for any reason. Yeah, that's it. FX Spectre, that's exactly right. Just speaking about sensitive topic. Yeah, I see some potential GDO buys upon the pullback. Again, it's just not within my rules. Most of your friends are Bansu? Yeah, that's all good on YouTube though. Yep, EU is looking really, really good if it breaks zone low. And in all honesty, guys, I could trade naked charts like this. I really could do it without any doubt, any issue whatsoever. It's just for it's visually more appealing when you've got some zones marked in. Plus, it's just if you're not too sure yet, if you're tapped into a level, it's always good to have zones marked up. But when trading by myself, I've just flicked. Yeah, I could literally just trade off that, knowing where I'm at, knowing where structure is, knowing where the 4-hour levels are, and all that stuff. Kimako, bonjour to you. Welcome back. Remember that name? FX Spectre. That's why I asked you. Are you now at TikTok Live but streaming charts on YouTube? Yeah, some obviously both. Yeah. YouTube, you get the full screen as well. Just don't get as many viewers for whatever reason. Smarties are no, I've already hit CP. Already hit CP. Gold. All buys. To be honest, I actually had a cheeky little entry above the high as well. Just a very small entry. I totally forgot to remove it because the limit all got treated. And I just closed that out straight away when it popped up to about 20 pips. So I had personally 2 gold buys that both hit, took some profits. Both were fully explained prior to any entry, so GJ, what have we got cooking up on GJ at the moment? Would there be margin to sell it if it not? It's essentially consolidating on the L, even a 30. Paul, g'day to you, mate. Welcome. Welcome, brother. Mr. Tommy Jordan. Hope you're well, brother. Good afternoon to you. All right, interesting EU. Tommy, thank you, mate. Almost at 2,000 follower goal on TikTok, guys. So thank you, thank you. Yeah, gold is just now, for me, it just needs to wait for it to reset. I think it'd be quite reckless to try jump into a buy now, unless you got a confirmation yourself on a minor time frame. You may have that. I totally understand, but out of sheer frustration, I think it'd be quite reckless, just as, you know, a effort buy, thinking it's just going to continue up. Just need to again reassess and ask yourself what you want to see to get involved, whether it be on a pullback to a bear belly, whatever it is. By all means, do so. But for me, I just wait for it to reset, properly pull back, form support above the resistance, and then look for a buy. All good. FX Spectre, no worries. What else we got? GCAD would not be touching that. NAS, yeah. Very choppy at the moment, but we can quickly analyze it. Weekly, previous weekly high, low, high, high, weak bullish candle. Rejecting resistance just below the all-time high. Daily structure. I would still argue it's bearish, to be honest, until we close above the all-time high. Reason being, that's the highest point Mark got to. If I'm to look to the left of that, hold on. Yeah, if I'm to look to, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. If I'm to look to the left of that, that is the swing point. We've closed below it. This is the lowest point of that swing point. We've not closed below it, we've respected it. So anywhere between at this point, the high, all-time high, and this wick, as long as we remain within it, we're technically bearish. The way I see it, doesn't mean I'm just only interested in selling it, but structurally I know that daily I see it is technically bearish. Current dailies are lower low, lower high to the previous, but at support and currently forming a bullish candle. The weekly was weak bullish, daily structure bearish. For our structure is also bearish, based at the exact same level. We'll flip it at the exact same level, the all-time high. That is the one big impulse to the downside. Within it, you might say, but it's bullish. We're creating high lows, high highs. That's, in my opinion, micro trend. If you think it's bullish, by all means, not gonna argue. It's always good to have, you know, contrarian views of the markets. And again, if we're all profitable, that's the main thing. So I'm seeing the 4-hour structures technically bearish. We've rejected a resistance. Looks like we're exhausting a little bit at support, off the bounce of support. I'm gonna mark in that previous 4-hour candle, the low of it, and see what we got below that point there. 30-minute. It's technically also bearish. Yeah, same point as to, I mean, structure they're going to flip on a 30 until above this swing point, in my opinion. Let's go to 15, is the highest point. All right, I'm just going to adjust these zones, going to the 15-minute candles. So for me on NAS today, I'd be looking for options below 21.57.91. If price was to reject at the current level, for me, the earliest entry point to sell it in line with the actual bias, which is bearish, believe it or not, that's just the way I see it. Doesn't mean I think that all of a sudden as in a massive downtrend, because it's quite obvious it's not. But the way I trade at this rate, for me, it's more bearish than bullish. So potential entry point, closure below that 21.57.40, 21.57.5, sorry. 57.6, 576. Prices close below, retest, reject. That's where I'd be looking for an option to sell it. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for pullbacks. For further options, we've got this resistance up and around this level here, around that, anywhere between 21.66 and 21.720. Prices to come up, create a bit of support, form a bit of structure, create that lower low. That's where I potentially look for a sell point. Now, NAS is a little bit different because the weekly was bullish, the previous weekly, a very weak bullish candle, but still was a bullish candle. Based off that, and you could argue the swing points here, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I think the logical entry point for a buy is above this 21.720 roughly. Clean traffic to the left, you're definitely considering buy above that point. What I'd also consider is, I would say if we close above this swing point, we're going to flip the structure bullish in a 30. So if we close above it and then pull back, clean move back down towards 21.590, form support, that's when I start to consider my options to buy it. That's what I'd be looking at on as I was to trade it moving forward. Sharif, more into you, brother. Phil C, looking at a short option on EU. Yeah, I spoke about potential sells on EU. Still hasn't broken its own low by the looks of it. The hourly's looking good. Personally, I'd be waiting for the hourly now, because it coming close to the hourly is likely to leave a low wick. I wouldn't want to get triggered in just now if it broke its own low with only 10 minutes remaining on the hourly. Because again, it's likely to leave at low wick, so it might just tag you in and then pull up and you're stuck in some drawdown. So I'd rather wait. Stronger confirmation would be that engulfing hourly, upper wick of the new candle at session open, and then a potential entry. below catalyst low. That's what I personally wait for. Bill? Exactly what you're waiting for. Nice one. EJ to me looks a little bit of a mess at the moment. Again, I can understand buys, but I'm just not trusting it. I'd rather miss the buy and wait for it to patiently set up for an option to sell it.
I'm gonna trust the GBPJPYs if we get an hourly close of
Okay.
18861.
Oh, okay, above that wick.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, it looks good. You've got that weak pause potentially now as well. That's pretty strong signal within price action if it broke that candle's high.
Yeah, that's my thinking. If that 30-minute just closes super weak, but bearish.
Yep. That's in the array. Isha, do you think it will buy or sell? What are we talking about? I mean, GJ to me looks good to go up at the moment, but today, as in accordance to my rules, I'm more focused on selling it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm more than happy to trade against the trend, against the strength of the weekly and all that. But without a catalyst, and I don't have it just yet, don't have the structure or anything on the 30-minute in my time, on my side to counter trend trade it, so I'm just gonna patiently wait. Let's see, guys. TikTok, let's get it up to 50 new followers. We're at 48 for today's stream. Let's see if we can get a couple more. Talkuchka? Talkuchka? Do you think sell now? Again, on what pair? Gold, I think you'd be a brave person to try and pick the top and sell it. And EU, I think you're best to wait personally for the hourly. Smarties had a really wide stop loss. The initial one was the limit order. Stop loss below what the previous candle. So that one wasn't bad. That was 25 pips. Now the other one, my stop loss is back at the zone itself. That was a wide one, but that was a really small lot size. And again, I just closed it, pretty much popped straight up and closed it. So I'll post on IG. And yeah. But our pips urban is points in price, points in price. So it's the smallest denominated move in a currency. So on gold, a pip is pretty much, look, it's actually points, to be honest. Points, 100 points is 10 pips. And 1 pip is 10-cent move, basically. So $1 move is 10 pips. Percentage in price, sorry. mystery. Maybe sometime, but yeah, all good now. Urban, yeah, I am, mate. Training from Oz. Training from Melbourne at the moment. Seriously, would love to take the stream on the road at some time. Honestly, thinking so hard about. So GJ looks like it could break just now, but I'd be hesitant with 4 minutes remaining till London Open. Urban, how long did it roughly take for you to become proper? Probably about, started around 2017. 4 years to see consistency, proper consistency. Most of the issue was my own self-sabotage, just being reckless and training based on emotions. Once I settled down and realized I actually won a lot more than I lost, I just needed to stop doing this stupid shit. That's when everything began to change. So I quickly created some rules that I know that work, stuck to them, knowing that it's going to work 8 out of 10 times roughly, and not cut out the stupid shit, and the results follow. A lot of it's up here, what goes through in your noggin, like in one ear, if it goes straight out or it stays in, and then you can control it and not let it get the better of you, then it's not that difficult. Just follow a simple process that works. But take your time to determine what works though. That's obviously something you need to determine for yourself, what strategy, edge, whatever you like to call it, best suits you. I mean, if I was interested in buying GJ, which again I'm not going to take a buy. The limit order could almost present. You've got an interruption play presenting potentially. Impulse, pause, engulfing. That is considered to be a little pause and interruption within the actual impulse, the upside. But the way it's pulling back just now, it might not be valid. Needs to close minimum about 6 pips above for that to be valid, in my opinion. So to become profitable, it will take everyone different time. Some won't, because they just won't be able to, you know, to stick to it long enough. But just give it time. Wow, look at that liquidity candle. Broke low the previous, now broke the high. Gold looks like it's going to continue. 2900 next destination. Let's quickly check EU. How's that going? All right, so it looks like still struggling to close engulfing. That's what I'd want to see. Very simple rule: engulfing candle, and I'd be looking for a sell if I was trading EU. If it doesn't present, it means it's not my entry. Very simple. Now I need to wait for another catalyst. So perhaps that's a 15-minute closure below support, or better yet, a 30-minute candle. If you are to take it based off the 30, what you could say it's a weak pause. If we were to break it, it's likely to continue down. But for me at the moment, I'd be more focused on the hourly. GJ, I think personally, if I was to look for a buy, I'd price action on the entry candle, on the London Open candle, would dictate whether or not I get involved. So for instance, if the new candle pops up briefly, it just break the high and then pops back down, create a lower wick, rejecting a resistance again, I'd probably look for a buy stop back above the high. That's the only way I would look for the buy right now. And there's a good chance, seeing it's closing up near its high, a new candle could just pop. Really good chance. Pop up before creating a little wick. There we go, it's popped up, it's broken. Higher than previous, I'll be patiently waiting for it now to pull back. Now it's pulling back. Be wanting to pull back a little bit more and then consider a buy stop But once again, I'm not trading it. I'm not interested in buying it at the moment. Gold closed up again near its high. How about EU? How did that close? Oh god, very close. Some of you might be looking at it, some of my guys anyway, on a break of this candle's low, and I can understand exactly why you might be doing so. But create the rules and stick to them. My rule was, if I was trading EU, wait for the hourly and want it to close bearish engulfing. So I need to understand that that was the rule I set and it's not valid. I can't give in to what I think might happen next. I just need to plan ahead, create another rule and wait for it to present. Watch GJ. GJ is looking good. This is what I'd like to see. This is looking fantastic. If I was considering buying GJ, this is looking really good. Phil, EJ as well looking good for the buys. Yeah, EJ as well. Yep. And if I was to use this broker wonder, I'd say it's actually bullish on the 30. There's GJ's popped back up. Looks like it's breaking its own high. May have just broken, I have no idea. In James, I'm not looking to buy GJ. I've already had 2 entries on gold for both will win, so I'm not in a hurry. All good. It's a good start to the week. Cracking start to the week, guys. Really good start. One I mentioned on GU, sorry, before. The rule I set, if I was to consider anything above this 123.970, because that to me is the cleanest entry point for a sell, the rule I set was for this to close below that previous resistance, closing a 15-minute very strong bearish engulfing. It didn't present, so I would have sat it out, would have saved myself being stuck in drawdown. Now it would be working, but probably would have managed it in the meantime, probably would have closed it out. So again, it's just about following some very simple, clear-cut rules that work for you and waiting patiently. That's the most important thing. Urban, yeah, look, I'd love to give you tips, but again, I've got to be very careful because I'll get banned. Yeah, just keep watching the streams, you'll learn a lot. There's plenty of, information out there. Just, yeah. All right, TikTok, I'm gonna get going so I don't get banned. Appreciate all the support, guys. If you've not yet followed the stream, make sure to do so. Like I mentioned, GJ could be in some buys just now. It's looking pretty good if you are. Yeah, just be managing it. Probably stop loss probably be below the previous M30. Target will be that resistance. But yeah, appreciate it. Urban, thank you. Mohammed, UJ, I'll quickly look at it, just quickly. Someone here? Alright, guys, I can't. Unfortunately, I've got it. Someone's here. Guys, thank you. TikTok. I'll see you guys later in the week. TikTok, I won't be on for the next few days. All the best, guys.
Yeah, bro.
YouTube, I'm still on for the time being. I just don't want to get banned on TikTok, so no one's here. Just give me a minute, guys. I've got to check who's here. So anyway, you guys know what we're looking at. If anyone's looking at GJ, I'll be back in a minute. YouTube, I'm still on YouTube. I'm still on. Alrighty, guys, I'm back, but I'm likely gonna leave. GJ's looking good. If anyone did take it, still in. Oh shit. Yeah, no worries, Bruno. We'll chat at some point. Yeah, guys, got some unexpected visitors, so I'm gonna have to get moving. But GJ is looking pretty good. If anyone did take it, probably about 3-4 pips in profit. So be ready to manage that if it continues bullish. EU again, not quite valid in my opinion. And yeah, members, I might be on a bit later than what I first thought, to be honest. Yeah, but I'll let you guys know. Alrighty guys, take care. Well done today. It was a very good start to the week. Trade safe, and yeah, I'll catch the members a little bit later on. And YouTube, I'll probably be back Thursday. I won't be on again. I'll be away the next 2 days, but I'll be back likely Thursday. Alright guys, take care.
Thank you, man.
No worries, brother. Cheers guys. All the best.
Bye.
Bye guys.